So if we want to learn how to play against a zone, we kind of need to know what the zone's trying to do. So the whole purpose of a zone is they try and lock you down. The biggest threat is like this cup, which is like 3 people. So the whole point is that they will still have a force. So if you notice, like it doesn't, like in theory it sounds stupid, right? Because it's like there's 3 people marking 1 person with a disc. It's like there should be a lot of free space. But what it does is it really restricts this person's movement. So if we're still forcing them to a flick, like pretty much this whole side of the field, like they can't throw to. And you can't really throw up. So the whole goal for the defense is they want to get the discs to go over here, and then they want to kind of trap them on the sideline, like this. So the disc doesn't have anywhere to go. And it's really hard to throw upfield because there's another 3 people here. And then it kind of leaves these 2 people kind of useless back here. So that's kind of like the premise. Essentially, people will be marking like an area. Does that kind of make sense to everyone? Okay, so if we think about, okay, how do we now play into our zone? I won't try and overload you with too much information, but basically we just want to be really patient. So when you're playing into a zone, like this cup does a lot of running. So you have to kind of trust your handlers. So our handlers will need to do a lot of like handler movement. So you'll kind of try and swing the disc across. And then as the cup is sort of running over here, they're gonna try and block that back, but you can try and throw back as much as you can. And the whole purpose of that is to kind of tie around the cup. So that's the reason why we have 3 handlers back. We wanna just keep swinging the disc between these 3 handlers. So then let's say we start over here and we swing across and then we swing across again. That leaves the cup kind of really lagging behind. Once you get kind of movement like that, that's when like you can sort of start to look upfield. So there'll be brief windows when the handlers will be able to throw more upfield. Before the cup gets there, then it's like a lot trickier. So essentially, if you're playing downfield, there's 2 positions. There's people on the wings, and then there's these poppers. And you kind of just have to be patient and wait for there to be an opportunity. So like, you still want to kind of be a threat, but often like you might just be standing there waiting around. If you're the wings, so these 2 people are wings, they kind of look to go deep. So when they have a zone, it's generally like a 3-3-1 zone. There's only 1 person deep, which means that we have 2 players in that deep space. If you become a threat and you kind of drag this guy out here, then this person basically becomes 3 for the disc to go up. So that's what you do if you're in the deep space. Just try and like lure this guy, or like you just have to be a threat, because the deeps will always be on. Like you might, even if you're running up and down, chances are you probably won't get the disc, because it'll be hard for the handlers to throw to you. But you still want to be a threat, because if you're just kind of doing nothing, then it leaves this guy free to like help out his team or whatever. Does that sort of make sense?
What's the best way to do it?
For the deeps, well, you just want to you can make a cut if you like cut under or you cut back. You just want to like kind of be a threat. So like try and look as if the disc is coming up to you. Then the deep person will be like, what is going on? Because they kind of have to mark 2 people essentially. So yeah, you kind of just walk up and down the field. Does that sort of make sense for the deeps?
Yeah.
Cool. Then we have the poppers. So the point of these 3 people in the middle is they're trying to stop these guys from getting the disc. So the point of the poppers is like, it kind of creates a secondary option. Like let's say our handler is stuck here, and there's like no, like they're kind of trapped because of the cup. What the poppers do is they're called poppers because they pop into the cup.
Just reset the state.
Yeah, so the whole point of the popper is they're just trying to reset the store count. So if you're a popper, when you pop into the cup, you'll be able to get a quick pass back to reset the store count. Because if this guy gets stuck and he has nowhere to throw, then it's kind of doomed, right? Because like if the cup is really strong here, then like you can even pop around here and like get a reset. So that's the whole point. Also, your handlers, if you're a handler, you can also pop into the cup as well if you want. So that's what the poppers do. But make sure when you go into the cup, and if the disc isn't going to you, that you come out. Otherwise, you're blocking the space. It's kind of the same idea of like clearing when you're cutting from the stack and you're clearing. You got to do the same thing when you're popping. If you're popping and the disc is not coming to you, you got to clear back, and then you can kind of like the poppers kind of do this like weird motion where you pop in and then you pop out, and then the next person might pop in. But yeah, let's just try and be a lot more patient with the disc. So when you're the handlers, to throw it between each other, and then like I said earlier, when it's like, okay, disc is here, then there's like more space. Okay, any questions?
Will we be running a zone? Or...
Nah, we probably won't run a zone. We'll just play match
Yeah.
today. Like maybe later in the season we can try.